is up? What is up, y'all? We are back. We are here. Damn. You know what's even more crazier? We had a whole nother spike. Let me fix this damn camera. Damn, why are we doing that? We had a whole nother spike. And if you know what I mean by, the subscriber count, the viewers. I'm like, I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening at this point. Let me go real quick to go open up my chat if I can use my phone because I don't know what the hell's going on. Just in case I have this opened. Make sure, by the way, if you're in here to leave a like. My bad for coming on just a tiny bit late. I think I was 3 minutes after. We're all good though. We're all good. Damn, I've been feeling like super exhausted lately. I feel like I don't know why, honestly. I think it's probably because I had a couple days off, when there was things going on with my hand. So now it kind of feels like, now that my hand's a little better and I've been going to work again, doing 10 hours every day, like 10 to 12 hours every day. It's tiring. And then like I would love to go to sleep and wake up right before work, but I just know that that's not productive. So I'm just like, yeah, I guess that won't be the wave. I guess I won't do it like that. But what I wanted to talk about today, again, is we want to get into the subscription. I don't know what the hell is happening, but just yesterday, as y'all seen on the screen, it was 1752 for my for my sub count when I had put that initially there since yesterday. Tell me why we were at 1770, I think 1 or something. I'm like, what in the hell is going on at this point? And it's because I still have that video that's kind of like blowing up, I guess, or not really blowing up, but it just got a good amount of views because it's still at 1,400, and like sometimes I would have some days where that would happen, like it will pop up, like that would 100% happen. But it's like I don't think I've ever got this much subscribers. Oh damn, I'm shaking the whole screen, my fault, y'all. What is up, Piku? What is up? What is up? I just didn't think like off of a video. You know what I'm saying? Like 1,400 viewed video that I would get almost 40 subscribers from it. Like, whoa. And then it's even more crazier because I plan on completely pivoting from web dev to get 40 subscribers for web dev. So now, and I actually came up with a plan, so I want to tell y'all before we dive into this studying. And I'm going to tell y'all in the video as well. But I came up with this idea where instead of completely stopping web dev, I still want the content to surround IT support, but I can still use web dev in a way. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's probably the best way for me to explain that. I don't want to give too much details of what I'm going to do. I might give maybe a little bit more details in the YouTube video when it comes out on Saturday or Sunday. But that was something that I was thinking about because I was like, if I went to a different chapter on my channel, and let's say my chapter, like let's say chapter 1 was boxing. I decided to do boxing for like 7 months. But then a couple months later, I decided to be like, you know what, let me go and practice, like you know what the UFC does, like how they're able to like fight straight up, but then they take you down, do stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, let me go do that. Obviously, the whole time I'm still gonna be using like my boxing technique, and I'm gonna probably talk about it and translate that, and then do my MMA. So I would be using my boxing experience, but then try to practice MMA. So I'm realizing like just because I'm pivoting to IT support, it doesn't mean I need to completely cut off web dev. There's a way for me to integrate the both of them. So now they're both like working together side by side. So that was just something that I wanted to explain. So I'm hopefully, because I don't want to put like too much of a schedule on myself because sometimes my editing could be a little bit messed up. So the goal is to ultimately try and make sure that there's probably one video a week that implements web dev and IT support together. So it's not really saying bye to web dev, but it's still keeping my content about IT support. So for the web dev audience, y'all would probably like those videos, especially because they would be like finished projects that I would be doing. And it's gonna be super fun. I'm telling y'all, it was one of the best ideas. I think I said it yesterday, actually. So if you were here on yesterday's stream, you heard me say it. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. But let's go finally transition. Harish, you said there is no tomorrow. What you mean by that? I think I like this live screen. I believe I was on this one. Sorry, I just want to make sure. that the date is correct. I can't believe we're on day 24. We're about to be doing a full month of studying. I love making those type of videos. But the thing is though, is I can't really make those type of videos yet. Wait, what is this? I can't really make those type of videos yet where I'm kind of like, you know, oh, I finished module 1 or I'm 1 month into learning. I feel like I can't do that because I've been learning for so long and I don't want my content to catch up with my live streams. So whenever I get into the IT support content, I'm going to have to like start from the beginning and kind of like gradually build it up because there's some people who will join for the YouTube videos and not really the lives. So let me see exactly where I'm at. Sorry, we're on step 2 for determine RAM compatibility. I believe we wrote, oh, we might have finished. Oh, wait, no, we didn't. I wrote down all the way to the slowest module installed. Oh, yeah, right here. So consider the purpose for basic tasks. 8 gigabytes is often sufficient. So then that's another thing we got to make sure we take a note on. So let me write that down. He said, have you watched Rocky question mark? You know what's crazy? I actually haven't watched Rocky, but I've heard a lot of people quote it. So if that's supposed to be a quote from Rocky, I feel like I failed. I feel like I failed. So let's go consider. Damn, I don't know why today, like, or not even today, like yesterday, like my body just was hurting and I felt like I wasn't even doing that much. But that's the problem with working like a physical job. That's why I really can't wait. And it's not even like the job is like that physical, but it's when I mean physical, I mean like you have to use your whole body. Like you're probably going to use every muscle in your body to do something, you know? So I feel like for me, I personally don't like it because it's like I randomly wake up with like pain somewhere and I'm like, what the hell? And then it'll go away. Like I said, like how I hurt my thumb. Then right now it's my back. I'll stretch, it'll go away. I'm like, bruh, like it's just crazy. So, and then there's a lot of people at the job too who've been there for years, man, and their bodies don't look okay. So I'm like, eh. But it's like obviously the older ones. But I'm like, eh. Like I could see how this job can make you like kind of be stuck low key. I'm like, nah. I can't do it. Like I just can't do a physical job. That's why I really want to get into IT. I love that. Like in a way, especially for networking or even if I'm doing like IT infrastructure, because I wouldn't mind that neither. Like I really love the concept of also touching hardware, and I feel like IT infrastructure is kind of the same thing where it's like you're touching hardware, but it's for IT building. And it's like I feel like I kind of would love to get into that as well. But mainly, of course, I would want it to be networking and then hopefully be able to get myself into that cyber team, man. But that's why I keep telling people like internal transfers is really key because and like I said, even my current job does it, and my current job isn't even like a tech job. But what they're gonna do is let's say there's like I don't know, let's say there's like a position to let's say there's a position to be in the front desk. I don't know, I'm just saying random stuff. There's a position to be in the front desk. That position will always be offered to everybody in the building first before it ever gets out. So it's like to say that there's not that much applications, that there's that not that much jobs, and especially when it's projected for for cybersecurity to like boom in job offers, it's like being on the outside, yeah, it's gonna feel like there's no jobs. Like literally look it up on Indeed, there's not gonna be any job applications. But if you work in a tech company that has a cyber team, you're probably gonna have at least, at the very least, I would say, or maybe the most, I'm not sure, but I feel like you would definitely have up to 10 offers to get onto that cyber team, depending on where you're working. If it's like a big tech company, you should have like 10 offers. And what I mean by big tech company, I'm talking about like um multiple teams of technicians or multiple teams of networking. Like there's like multiple teams for each floor of like the building. You should have at least 10 offers, or at least, sorry, not offers. I'm trying to say internal like applications a year. And I know that that's like, oh, it's only 10, but shoot, it's better than not having any at all. And you're probably going to get in as long as you really stand out. And if you're especially already in some type of form as like on the already on the IT team, and you're already like, have that experience, and they know you for having that experience, and you probably have, a lot of things that like they just already know that you're good in that way. Like you have your security plus, you have your CCNA, and you've been grinding. You probably could have been talking to people about it, telling your manager, whatever the hell. So then by that time that application comes out, boom. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, some people don't really see that. And I get it because it's scary to be like, okay, let me go join this big tech company as a janitor and see if they'll let me in. Like, I get that it's scary, but especially for people who probably don't really, and I'm not saying like all you guys are like this, but if you're someone who really doesn't, you want to get into cybersecurity, or you want to get into IT support networking, if you're someone who doesn't really have bills or people worrying or needing you basically, taking that leap, I feel like wouldn't be that bad, and it would actually be substantial. I just feel like for me, I can't necessarily, well, I do actually plan on doing that, like joining the company in a different position and then trying to get in. But even if I did it like that, I don't think I would leave my main job. Um, because I would join the company on like part time. So to me, that's kind of like just overtime money anyway, and I've already been doing overtime. And by then, I should hopefully not be doing overtime for my main job. So it's kind of like it would just be like a 15-hour shift. I mean, 15, probably like a 13-hour shift, which wouldn't be too bad because I've actually be doing. I used to be doing 12s like all the time. So I'm like, hey, that's probably the way I plan to do it. And internal transfers is just better because you just get so much more offers, man. Especially too, like if I plan on doing like a help desk position, which I do. I don't know if it's gonna be next year because we also might enroll into something else this year, but I'm not sure. I have to let y'all know. But if I end up doing it next year or whatever, and kind of like end up applying and stuff, my goal is to try and in that same company, hopefully, I could try to get to like a networking role. But it's not going to be. This isn't going to be like the big company yet. I don't want to go through the big company because the big company doesn't offer part time. So I'm like, I can't really go for that one. So I'm gonna do like a smaller company, and then hopefully through that smaller company, they can allow me to go through to the networking role, and then that would be a lot more easier for me because I'm already gonna have known the IT team, probably met the manager plenty of times, or someone who knows the manager and kind of just stay in contact, stay cool with them. So hopefully I can land that networking role when I express to them that I know networking. Hopefully by then. If I don't know networking by then I ain't doing it. But yeah. But hopefully, don't burn some bridges, make some connections. I think that's honestly the best thing to do. So even if I had to leave the job, because I'm like, okay, yeah, this is 3 months of like torture. I'm working 13 hours. I'm ready to be free or whatever the hell. I would have to, I would have to probably resign, try to leave on good terms, just in case if I ever needed to come back or if I ever seen like a networking role. But the goal is to try and get on the inside and hopefully transfer. That's why part of me is thinking, I don't think I want to do a help desk position yet until I'm ready or know like networking, so that not even like, well, hopefully I would have my networking plus, but it's so that I could actually transfer internally and be like, okay, can I get into a networking role? I now know this, I now do this. So hopefully that could work because like I said, outside, like I've seen networking roles kind of around me. I've been looking it up and there's a couple networking roles, but obviously I don't know when if there'll be more by the time I'm, done actually learning. So that's why for me I'm like not discouraged by it. I'm like, oh, there's a couple of them. Obviously it's like probably like four. So it's like what are the odds that I could get one? But the point is hopefully to try to go through the company, and I think that'll be so lit. And I can't wait to be taking y'all along the journey. I'm just still debating on when do I want to apply for one. Because I just thought about that now. That if I probably wanted to get on the networking team, it would probably be best for me to get on their help desk team first. You know? So now I'm kind of thinking like maybe I should wait a little bit on my help desk experience. What was I exactly writing? Oh, computer. Hey, what is up, Jeff? What is up? What is up? Sorry, I keep moving my hand. I'm like trying to peel my nail. I have a bad habit, y'all. Bad habit. So inside your computer, and then we need to install. Oh, you know what too? I'm realizing I'm feeling a little bit tired because I turned up that heater. I do it all the time because it be hella cold in here. And then when it gets hot, I be done for. It's insane. So you can go by inserting the modules firmly into these slots. But oh yeah, I'm so thankful to you guys for, watching that older video, and then and if there's newer subs that are in here, thankful for y'all too who subbed from that video. And I just hope that I can continue to maintain, that type of, not traction, just because it's like it is low key, especially with the numbers that I do get. It is hard to constantly pull in like 1,000 views, 1,000 views. I feel like I normally do get 1,000 views after, uh, legitimately, I always get 1,000 views, I swear, after like 8 videos. It just happens, and I'm like, oh. But if I'm posting 3 times a week, 8 videos is like already the end of the month by the time I started. But I'm just so happy because by Monday, hopefully, I should have a good schedule running where it's going to be, and especially because I'm doing a lot of like prepping and like learning now on live streams. Whenever I make these into videos, it's like I'm already gonna be so farther ahead from my videos that I'm always gonna have like a video, right, like just set kind of without having to do too much. Of course, I should probably get a couple clips of myself like studying, like taking notes, stuff like that. What is up, Zenesis? What is up? To ensure. And then too, what's even more crazier is I'm actually really close. Nice beanie. Hey, thank you. But I'm really close to, and I know I've been saying it, but this time I actually believe that I already hit it. I just need to wait until the data from YouTube catches up. But I finally am going to be monetized by AdSense. And I think that's going to be super fun. Obviously, I'm not going to be, I think I've already been talking about this. I wouldn't make money like right away, especially because you have to hit like $100 threshold. So I feel like based on the viewership that I have now, which it wouldn't even start right now, because it starts like once I get AdSense, and then it starts from there. But let's say I naturally could pull in like what I'm pulling in now, like with my YouTube Shorts, because the YouTube Shorts RPM is way less. It's like 5 cents per 1,000 view. But let's say you posted 30 of them every single day for 30,000 views. It's kind of like you can make a little something from that, probably a couple bucks. But based on like the viewership I had now, if my AdSense in particular was active, which it should be soon, I would only probably make like $32. Which, like I said, it isn't bad because it's like the fact that you're getting paid for videos is crazy. But it's like only $32 for that month, and then you can't even like take it out because it hasn't hit the threshold. But then also too, you can only get it once a month anyway. Like you can only pull that money out once a month anyway. So it's like YouTube is so difficult if you really wanted to make it like an income. And then also too, since I would need to hit that $100 threshold to even take the money out, imagine if I'm getting like $32 a month. I think that would have to be 4 months if I could average that per month. It would have to be 4 months before I can even pull $100 out. But it's like just the fact that you're getting paid for something, even though it's not that much, I think is super sick. And I could be even like so much further off because I was just assuming I would have like a $6 RPM, but $6 RPM is really high. So I'm like, I could have like a $2 RPM. You know what I mean? And then now instead of getting 36, I'm sitting there with like $10 every month, and then that's gonna take me 10 months before even be able to get 100. So it's like, relying on YouTube for money, it's just not it. It says, what's up, Miss Wisdom Giver? Hey, what is up? What is up? But yeah. And then also too, the good thing about it being monetized is like if I were to ever get like a 100K viewed video, you end up getting, I believe that's close to 1,000. Like I think it could be like 700 to 1,000 just off of that video or something like that. So I'm like, that ain't bad. That wouldn't be bad. And at least you know it's monetized. Because imagine if that happened and your channel wasn't monetized, you don't get not one of that. Like I remember I had a YouTube video back in the day, like for my 2K channel. It was getting like, I think it just hit like 100,000 views, or maybe it was like 90 something thousand views. But I was realizing like, damn, over the years, if my channel was monetized, I could have like made $1,000. Not like straight up though, because the views did come a lot more later. But that would have been crazy. Wait, hold on real quick, because for some reason there's a message in my chat, but it doesn't show in my chat. I don't know why my messages do that. Hold on, too, because I gotta get to my module as well. Give me 1 second, I'll read your message. Because I don't remember, did I ever write down the boot order? I don't think I wrote down the boot order. Or oh no, I think I did do the boot order. I'm not sure. The last thing is though, we gotta see the power supply wattage compatibility. I just want to see real quick, did I end up writing down the boot order? Because if we did that, then we should be, oh yeah, I did. Okay, for a second. Oh yeah, you know what, I remembered, because they were talking about wanting to change the boot order, and I was like, well, that's strange. So we gotta do the power supply compatibility, and it sucks because nobody just has websites like this. If you can catch the hint of what I'm gonna do when it comes down to making websites for IT support. As you can see, I look up this question, there's no website. Could be honestly the way that I'm looking it up, but there's no website. Maybe here could maybe work, but then it's going to be difficult for exactly what I'm looking for. And you see how quick AI is willing to give an answer exactly for what you're asking. I'm gonna make these type of websites, bro, and I'm gonna try and do it like every week, because obviously, like, I'm gonna try to make sure the information is correct, but it's not like I need to write all of the information. So what I could do is really like know what the information is, take some inspiration from my notes, have it be written in a better way, and then I design the website. And it doesn't even need to be like a crazy website. It would just be a 1-page website. I'm like, bruh, I'll be goated. So let's do power supply wattage. Oh wait, I forgot I was gonna read. It says, finally you'll be able to make money from YouTube and become filthy rich like Mr. Beast, and then start donating, and finally gonna buy a mansion in Mars. Bro, that would be crazy. No, yeah, no, Mr. Beast, that boy, like, he makes money. Like, I don't know, that's insane. That is insane. I can't believe people make money like that off of but granted, you know, like he said, he kind of did make his whole YouTube channel into a production, but I feel like if he didn't do that, it probably would have never got as big as it did. But like he said, like, not saying that he doesn't make a lot of money, because of course he still does, but I feel like a lot of it can be like a lot more stressful, just because it's more like a TV show production rather than a YouTube video. And you know, he's top of the game right now. So I'm like, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to do it that hard. Like, just never. And then same thing with like Kai Cenat. Like Kai Cenat's whole thing, basically he kind of took what, you know, like, he's not doing exactly what Mr. Beast is doing, but Mr. Beast having that production, Kai Cenat is literally doing the same thing, where he has such a huge production, but he's just doing it on Twitch. And it's like, I feel like that shit could get stressful. That could get stressful, but obviously probably worth it, because, you know, you are sitting there making like hella money, and then you're top of YouTube, top of Twitch. You know, but I don't know. That could never be me. I feel like I can't. Like, even if I had the opportunity to like do it myself, nah. Because even DDG's trying to get into that too, where it's like him doing the Capaholics. I'm assuming he's trying to make all of that like be a production as well. But yeah, so I'm like, oh no. Oh wait, sorry. Let me read the next comment. My fault. Says, are you planning on getting some CompTIA certs? Yes, 100%. I plan on doing it, and I cannot wait. But right now, I'm just trying to get a little bit of the fundamentals, just because I'm actually coming from the perspective of not knowing anything about a computer. Like, I didn't even know what a GPU or CPU was until, you know, maybe like day 6 or something. Like, I don't remember how long ago, but I've been documenting every day of me learning. And I had no idea like what any of these things were. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of the fundamentals down, because I know for like the CompTIA A+ and networking and security, right? They expect you to kind of know some things, and I don't want to be like, damn, I don't know that, and it's like a basic thing that I should have learned already. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm up to par. Gotta make sure I'm taking my quizzes, especially now because I feel like I got a lot into more deeper topics and I haven't tested myself yet for it. So I gotta make sure to see that I know what I'm doing. But we're super close to and like getting out of the hardware section. And then when we get out of the hardware section, I do want to learn a lot about either not operating systems, but I want to say like software slash operating systems I need to get into a little bit. And then I need to get into after that. I think that might be it. Oh, networking, because I want to do like the basics of networking. So for when I do go for my networking plus, I know the basics already of what they want me to. Next, verify the power supply's physical dimensions. Okay. So we're gonna have to write that down as well. But I cannot wait to go for the CompTIA A pluses. But people were telling me that I didn't need to go for it, or that it doesn't hold, unless they were talking about like the web dev certification, because sometimes people be coming in here and then like, because of course, my content is web development, they come in here and they just kind of, I don't know, like if I don't know if they come from like a video and they just feel the need to say something. But I just know that some dude came in here randomly and or was maybe it was someone that is just in here now. Like I don't even know. But then they were just like, certifications don't really matter like that. And I was like, really? Because I thought for IT support, like I know you could get into the job, but it's like if you just sit there and kind of not get certifications, like aren't you just gonna stay there? Or you're gonna rise up like very slowly? I'm like, if I'm actively learning and able to show you through projects and certifications and degrees, it's like, yes, you don't need it, but I thought it could boost you a little bit when it comes to coming up in the company. If I get my networking plus, it's possible I can jump from tier 2 to a networking position rather than someone who's in tier 2. They're going to be like, nah, you need to go through tier 3 because I don't know if you could do it yet. You know what I mean? Reese, you said, I am sick today. Oh man, I haven't got sick at all this year. And I'm like glad, but I know it's coming. When I get sick, I always get sick when it gets really cold. And it's starting to get cold. It's not fully been cold yet, but it's almost there and I can just feel it coming. Like, I'm gonna get sick. I thought I was sick last week, but I won. I surpassed. I was like, yes. So I didn't get sick, but I know it's coming soon. I normally get sick though when it snows. So it's been really cold, but it hasn't it snowed just a little bit, and that day I was like, yep, this is it for me. But then it stopped snowing for a while after that. So then I was like, oh, false alarm. Excuse me, false alarm. So if you have a high-end GPU that may require a newer 12H. Let me see. 12VH PWPR connector. Okie doke. And I think we already wrote down how to calculate the wattage. That's not something we need to do. Check physical compatibility. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Physical compatibility. Because we already know the wattage part of things. So we need to talk about the cables and the physical aspects, the efficiency. Should we consider this? I was going to say, I still don't even understand the 80 plus gold, platinum, silver. I know it's saying it's more efficient, but is it more efficient the higher you go? I've never learned that. Legitimately never learned that. So I'm gonna go for number 2 now. We're gonna check the physical compatibility. So just saw your barbershop website video, really great video, how you learn to edit videos, any videos in particular, and what video editing do you use? I currently use CapCut, and I do pay for it every month. I think it's like $20. Yeah, I think it's like $20 a month. And normally I kind of feel like I've been learning my editing style. Like a lot of people I feel like wouldn't say that those videos are edited well. So thank you so much for saying that they're edited well, but I normally am also someone who's hard on myself too. And I think I could just always get better. But I've only used CapCut, and I don't really have an inspiration to things either. I think there's just so much things that I could do so much better, especially when it comes to the music, because music can dictate a lot of the video. if you want someone to feel like upset, you put sad music. If you want someone to feel encouraged, you put upbeat music. And it's like, maybe you're saying something sad in the video, so the mood should drop. Probably play like a violin noise, but I don't have that much time on my hands to like edit that deeply. So I just tend to do a lot of camera angles, and then I just love the zoom in, zoom out thing that I do. And then I honestly think that was really all I was doing. And then probably some slide stuff if I had like, an overlay. But it's never really too much. Oh, and then I zoom in, zoom out. CapCut is good with that. But I feel like I of course could be way better with my editing style. But I learned that the angles though were as helping a little bit with my average view duration. So I thought that was good to know. Very happy about that. But I gotta continue pushing, and hopefully, the more that I edit, the more that I film and stuff. But I also feel like too, because I was thinking about it, I'm like, if the video itself isn't good, like no amount of editing can save it. Because I was just thinking, I'm like, my scripts in the beginning of my YouTube channel were so bad. Like I'm like, I don't think, and even if you watched it too, like I know I still had good cuts. I don't believe I was zooming in and zooming out though. I think it was just regular cuts. I don't think there was any captions yet until like way later. But my editing style was just so bad, and I think it was because the video itself would be bad. So I'm trying to make like everything all at once go good together. I'm trying to get the filming right, the angles right, trying to make it like, Casey Neistat, how he always has like a different angle, and I always thought he was just trying to be funny. But then I realized how those angles actually get people to be intrigued, which is crazy because I don't think I'm that type of person. I could watch a video of someone just sitting still, no cuts, talking. But other people feel like they need to have different scenery, then they need to be over here, need to be over there. I'm like, but it's true though, because it keeps people watching. People, for some reason, it's like their minds don't even know what's happening to them. But when you do it, they stay. It feels like a new scene. So, but I'm trying to get better at it. Let's see, we got verify, cable connector compatibility. But I was wondering though, you said, because I use CapCut. Are you good at editing videos? Do you know how to edit? I love editing my own videos because I feel like it can open up a place for myself to possibly even make that into an income if ever anyone needed, some editing. But man, I really think I could change up. But also too, if I had more time in my day, like if I was able to go all in on YouTube, like people say, I hate when people say that. But if I was able to though, I feel like my content would probably be so much more better because then I could really focus on that editing aspect of things and like put music where it needs to be, put, a beat or a sound effect, do this, do that. But then again, too, I've also like got stuck between should my scripts be serious or should I show some personality? And I'm realizing that sometimes I'm a little bit too serious. Like the other day, and this video should be coming out tonight, and I left it in the video because it was just hilarious to me. But I just bursted out laughing after I said something because the way I said it, it came out so serious and so aggressive. And I was like, why did I say it like that? And then I just could not stop laughing for like I think it was like a whole 3 minutes, but obviously I cut it down a lot. But I was just like dying. I was like, bruh. So I feel like a part of me kind of wants to add, I don't need to be as serious. I'd be goofy, make a joke or two or something. So for the next video, I'm gonna try to make it a little bit more playful. But who knows? Because I've been doing too much of like straightforward content or serious content that I think it's gonna be kind of hard to like transition to being like goofy as hell in the camera. But we'll see. We will see. Gotta sharpen this pencil, man. I don't know. This pencil, or pencils in general, I never like knew how much you need to sharpen this. So high-end GPUs may require a 12 plus 4 pin power. Oh, I think I already actually looked this up because I remember looking at the power connectors and this was something that popped up. So that's the 12 HP, and then we gotta go for the cable type. So since we already got the boot order, this is literally going to be the end of module 3. which I'm super ecstatic about. And then also too, you know, like I said, I have like a good schedule of content that I'm willing to do for like this IT support stuff. And I feel like I'm just so happy that I'm so like ahead on the live stream part of things. So when it comes down to the content, it's not like I'm just trying to figure stuff out like, you know, for the web dev. I remember I used to film for web dev like probably 10 videos in like advance because I was so happy to learn, you know, web dev. So I would come up with like 5 videos in a day and then film them because it was just so fun. And so I would be like, you know, weeks in advance of like editing, doing this, doing that, yada yada. Um, but then I ended up finally like catching up to myself like rather quickly. And then I think I stopped trying to, you know, build or make projects because previously I had already made the project. So I just had to kind of just make up for it or remake it and then make it for a YouTube video. So I was like, oh, this is easy. Like I was able to always have content. And then once I caught up with myself, that's when the content I feel like started to become like poor because I'm too busy actually trying to learn and actually trying to build while making videos that are actively needing to be about what I'm doing and then trying to make it you know, entertaining, but there wasn't really nothing entertaining about it. And then that was where I was kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place. But, you know, I'm hopefully going to try to keep things to move a little bit slower. But then when it's time to hit like that main video, like I could do it. Like I'm probably not gonna make a video yet talking about, oh, I finished module 1. Even though I'm already on module 3, about to go on to module 4 tomorrow. That video isn't gonna come out probably until like a little bit later, just so it can give me more time to possibly get to like, you know, whatever other module 6 now, before I say I completed module 1. Or, you know, something like that. Because if I go too fast, boom, I catch up with myself. So it's like I'm gonna have to break it down into different types of videos so that could hopefully be under, you know, that could hopefully be what is it called? That can hopefully be not understandable. I forgot what the hell I was saying. Break it down into, oh, that could still be entertaining. Like I don't think I'm gonna force a video. I'm gonna try like every video I post, I'm gonna hope that it's entertaining. Cause I remember with web dev, there was just videos that I was posting and it was just kind of like, damn, I don't think this video is gonna do good. But I would post it because it was like I just wanted to get a video out. Sometimes moving like that isn't the wave. Like you gotta sit there and really think about, you know, what you're actually going to be doing. By the way, if you're new here, man, make sure you end up hitting that subscribe button. Come join me on this journey. I've been learning how to do IT support for about 24 days. 24 days so far. So, hey, tune in, hit that sub button. We've been going hard. I can't believe I'm about to do a full month. I feel like a day of me missing, you know, live streaming is gonna come up very soon. Not that I'm like planning on it, I just have a feeling. I have a feeling I'm not gonna be able to do a full month. I might sleep too late or something. Who knows? So let's go efficient power supply. And then that may run cooler. So let's go there, run cooler, and save you money on electricity. Well, what if I don't pay electricity? Everything's included over here, brother. Stop playing with me. No, I'm kidding. They're probably talking about the power supplies, wattage. And then modularity, choose a module or semi-module power supply if you want to use only the cables you need for a cleaner build. Alright, so we can probably leave it like that for now. Perfection. So I believe we finished module 3. Let me go and see if there's anything else. The only thing I feel like I would need is they do have cable major is crazy. They do have cable management, wiring and connectors, and then a step-by-step building process, but let me see. Cable management, and I feel like I've kind of seen a lot. So like wiring, what was it? Wiring and, if I can find the and, connections. And then let's kind of see what pops up here. Organizing wires. Oh, so that's what this means. I thought they actually meant like I thought they actually, wait, hold on. Is that what they mean? Oh, they do mean like clips and stuff. Hmm. Cable clips. I mean, do I really need to take a note of this? Zip ties, really? Oh, cable ties, that's what they call them. Wow. I'm not sure if I need to take a note of this though. Like, I think this is like one of those things where if like I need it, you could just search it up. You know what I mean? It says avoid damage, downtime, and safety issues, signal interference, overheating. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna need like to actually take a note on that. I feel like I don't. I feel like that's something I would probably have to just look up as I'm doing it. What I really do want to watch though is I really do want to watch like a step by step um PC build or building process. Oh wait, let me do PC building. The only problem is that I can't, brother, I didn't even click enter. The only problem is that I can't watch a YouTube video on here because they're gonna sit here and copyright me. How to build a gaming PC with PC parts. Damn, and I feel bad because I do want to show y'all it, but they're literally gonna copyright me if I watch it. I could probably sit here and read, but I don't know. I feel like looking at it is about that time, unless there's like a website that is good with that. But yeah, no. I think I'm gonna have to watch this video and then kind of just come here, maybe go to this camera, because they are gonna copyright me. Even if it's fair use, they do not care, brother. Like, especially being a small channel and still in the middle of being monetized, it's not even worth it. So I guess I'll just watch it, let y'all know what's going on. Y'all could definitely talk to me though, because I just want to see it. I don't really care what he has to say. I mean, unless he's just dropping gems. Maybe. Maybe. But I can't believe that the subscriber count and the view count really, like, skyrocketed. Like, I don't know what the hell that all was. So, quiz prep. I'm so happy to be moving on from Module 3. And Module 4 seems quick. So this is them installing the CPU. You kind of seen this in the video game. See, I don't remember who it was. And I don't want to say it was Harish. I don't think it was you. I think it might have been someone named Sum. Or it could have been you, I don't remember. But I remember I was building that PC, or I was playing that PC game, and someone was trying to say, oh, how is this PC game teaching you? And it's like, I'm literally looking at something that I did in the PC game, and I knew exactly what it was and how to do it because of the game. It's like, I'm telling you, it technically wasn't really a game. It was dead teaching you. Of course, like, seeing it in real life and doing it, and maybe, you know, taking notes is a lot more studying, but it wasn't just a game. Like, I don't know. I feel like games can 100% teach you. I learned a lot of stuff. Like when I was playing The Sims, especially as when I was younger, I learned a lot of things. Like I remember mischievous. I didn't even know what that meant. I learned that through Sims. There was like a bunch of different stuff. Like I think a lot of my vocabulary came from The Sims before when I was younger. Cause I used to play like young. So games can teach you low key. Bracket. So I'm gonna go put the volume down though. Just chill out. So he's adding the CPU. He has the Intel Core i9. I want to see what my CPU looks like. Then he's putting the screws back in. And then I guess it's a certain pattern you're supposed to do it in, which I never knew. Oh, and this is the AMD, so he is showing the AMD now. That's what mine look like. Hey, stop playing with me. Stop playing. I'm wondering if I could make this like a mini spot so that y'all can low-key watch with me. But I'm not too sure if that's possible. I was thinking probably doing something like this. Let me see if I can try and figure it out. If it gets copyrighted, whatever. I hope this is not a strike, because I think that would literally screw me. But I do want y'all to see a little bit of what I'm doing. Let me try to come back here. Oh, oops. Let me see if you can see it. Hopefully that's not too obvious. Can I like lower this a little? Probably. Okay, there we go. So they're putting the AMD Ryzen in. I'm assuming they're probably saying exactly how to put it in, with the arrow meaning the arrow. Um, and then opening it up, basically the same thing. Screw it in, or screw it off, put it on. That's nice. And there's a certain way to do it. So they're saying no to the way that he did it. You have to put it all the way in, basically. And it looked like he did a tiny tap. Damn, why does it look like that? That actually looks dope. I think he tried to close it and it popped out of place. I don't know if that was, oh, I guess that was supposed to happen. So this is just, I guess we're continuing to install CPUs. Okay, that was actually pretty nice though for installing multiple CPUs to like kind of hit everything. I think that's dope. And let's see the RAM sticks. I kind of know what everything looks like. I low-key want to see the wiring. Because I know what the RAM stick looks like. I know what the GPU looks like, how to get it in, put it in. Let me see. Actually, I never did an air cooler before. Or an SSD. So let's see what this looks like. I know what an SSD is, but how do you put it in? So they kind of are using the tool to like low-key pop it open. And then, oh, okay. That's actually looks quite simple. That actually looked quite simple. I still don't need to see the cable management. I'll probably do the rest of that off camera low key. Because it's gonna be difficult to kind of keep that up. Hold on real quick. Let me take this phone off. But yeah, today was a little bit more of a chiller stream day. Nothing too crazy. Super fun today to be on stream, to just be chilling with y'all, to be learning. My goal though is to try and see if there's a way where I can make these streams like, I remember back when, well, there was actually multiple times where we did have moments with these streams. I think I had a stream that had like 400 views at one point, and there was like 17 people in here. So I'm wondering, like, could it be like my tags that kind of throw it off, or maybe not. I feel like what the problem is that maybe because I'm on like day 24, I don't have that much streams yet of, me learning IT support. And on top of that too, a lot of people want to see like physical, actual IT like work. Like they want me to do like help desk tickets, troubleshooting, which I do plan on getting into though. Like I really want to look at help desk tickets, learn how to solve it, and then I'm gonna test myself on stream and like probably either ask y'all for like a help desk ticket that is for like beginners, and then maybe even ask or go to a certain website that has help desk tickets, and then the goal is going to be to try and solve it like obviously with my words or like telling y'all how to do it or how I would do it, and y'all would have to let me know if I'm correct or not, or the website, whatever website I decide to use. I think that's going to be fun. So like play like a IT support specialist, literally see what you got to do, basically act like I can also change hardware and stuff like that too. So I'll be like, send it to tier 2, and then I want to talk about what tier 2 would do. Tier 2, whatever has the product, goes to where the laptop is, does whatever the hell, installs the RAM if it needs RAM, right? So I'm just like, I think it's gonna be super fun to do that, kind of play the help desk role before really even working the help desk position. And then like I said also too, when I buy the desktops and I open those up, I think that's where like the gel for these live streams are gonna be, because a lot of people, when they're becoming or want to see someone becoming an IT support specialist, I feel like they want to see you in particular like working towards IT support. They don't want to see the side of you kind of learning the basics of computing and then kind of trying to get into IT support. But I feel like I'm kind of like close. I think it might, I don't want to take too long on this, but don't have I don't have much time to study. So it's kind of like if I don't look at it, even if it's gonna take, dummy long. You said, bro, I'm cooked. I went watching video during stream and I was pressing space to the speed video. So it make push to talk. Oh damn. That's crazy. But I feel like push to talk, like it showed like me talking or it was doing you talking. That is so funny. But yeah, I feel like people want to see more like content in a way where they see like hands-on messing with hardware, messing with this, messing with that, like doing that and the third. Uh, and the goal is to hopefully be able to get to that point, right? But I know that that's what's probably gonna make like the live streams and the YouTube videos go crazy, is when I finally do hands-on work. But we got to start somewhere, and I want to document this part of the thing too, because there's going to be people who do want to get into IT support and they know nothing about IT. Legitimately, they know nothing about IT. So it's like there's going to be some people who are going to love this part of the journey, this part of like however many days this takes. I don't, like I said, I don't want to stay on the fundamentals for too long because I know you could probably learn the fundamentals of computing in like 2 months, maybe even less. But since I only have an hour a day, I'm considering it might go on to 2 months. I hope not, though. I don't have too much modules left. I think they gave me about five. Excuse me. But module 4 and module 5 look like they're gonna go by quickly, but who knows because I barely got time. So my quick might not be the same quick as my time. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But I know that I got this in the bag. I know I'm gonna go crazy. And I'm pretty much going to do well. And I'm just happy about that. Super, super, super stoked about that. So if y'all are new here, man, and you want to see somebody grinding to become an IT support specialist, make sure you end up hitting that subscribe button. You said day 2 of yawning. I feel like I yawn every stream. Truly. And I yawn throughout the day too. Like I just be exhausted. But like I said, that's what happens when you work like a physical job. Like it just makes you tired. But also too, I'm probably low on vitamin D. I definitely gotta take vitamin D. And then it's hot in this room. If I walk out to the AC, I might wake up a little. I might wake up a little. But yeah, I just can't wait. I cannot wait to get hands on some hardware, hands on some IT support, try to basically mock a help desk client, like client. Basically try to mock the job of a help desk employee because I plan on doing that one day. And I think everything would just go, it will go good. I'm gonna have fun. The goal is to always have fun, right? And the goal is to also learn over, the content aspect of things. Um, but I'm just so happy to be, pivoting to a new journey. It's been about almost 30 days, bro. That's crazy. A full month in 6 days of me learning something new after I was learning web dev for 7 months. Like, isn't it crazy how like quickly the days go by? It is insane. Cause in my head I'm like, damn, am I gonna make it to 7 months or longer? Because I plan on doing IT support probably for a little bit longer. I'm like, damn, am I gonna make it to IT support? Or in a position like in 7 months, 8 months, even longer studying. I'm like, that's like a commitment to know that you're gonna probably study for that long. Like I remember when I was doing web dev and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna study for 6 months. Like I was so down for it, and then now I'm like, I know I could do it still. I know I could study for 6 months. I mean, for 6 months or even longer. Um, but it's just crazy to be starting over the journey, and especially it's a little bit different too. Because when I first did my web dev journey, I did post every day, but it probably wasn't like I was studying every day. I feel like I said, I would record 5 videos in one study session. And then I was probably studying like mainly on the weekends, maybe sometimes through the week. It wasn't as often until I started live streaming it. But then, on live stream, you kind of feel like, damn, I got to get up at this time, do this, do that. And then you're like, if I wasn't doing 12 hours or 10-hour shifts, I feel like my days would be perfect. But when you add like a physical job, multiple hours of shifts, and then having to wake up right before work when you just want to sleep because you're still tired, it's tough. It's tough, but it's definitely something that I'm clearly just doing. It's not like I'm forced. So if you had a beanie, or if you sent me a beanie, I won't be sick today. I'm dead. No, probably you might get healed if you sent you one of these beanies. But oof, I'm just so ecstatic, and it's like the merch, like everything just happening around the same time. Like the fact that I got a couple of my merch out. Um, Still no orders yet, but we had a couple of people click on it, which is good. That means people are probably intrigued, and then maybe they're like who knows? There might be a reason why they're not buying it. They might be like, yo, I'm gonna come buy it next time, something like that. But it's still pretty sick, and of course, I'm probably gonna have to start repping my merch as well, so that people do buy it. Especially too, because I do want to buy that beanie that I put out. I do want to buy that beanie. I want to see like, with that beanie. Damn, I wonder if my hoodie came already. I ordered a hoodie that I plan on wearing. I wonder if it came through. Because if it did, that's gonna be good. But I'm also thinking of like my merch thing. I feel like I'm more thinking about it in person. Obviously, I haven't like hit anybody up yet, but I feel like if I can make people merch or even like certain businesses or certain entrepreneurs like a shirt that can have like their logo on it or something, or give them a logo and then put it on a shirt, I think people would buy it. Truly, I think people would sit there and they would buy it. But I obviously have to like market it. So I'm gonna be wearing a hoodie. Then I plan on getting a hoodie for my brother, and I'm probably going to do a couple of sweaters just because I want to see what the sweater feels like. It's a little bit cheaper for me. Shoot, I ain't trying to spend no $45 on a hoodie again, if that. But I'm gonna probably do a sweater, probably put like, random stuff on it. I think it's gonna be super fun. Like something random like this, like gaming makes me happy. Like it's so stupid, but like obviously they probably had to draw. Where's that? They probably had to draw this logo. But if like you could literally do something like that, I think that's sick. And the shirts look nice too. I'm just not like a shirt wearer. Like I wear shirts on stream, but I'm a big hoodie person, and I think it's just because I'm a little bit like insecure about my weight. I'm like skinny, but it's not like I'm insecure about it because I'm like shoot, okay, whatever. Like I rather be like skin and bones, but it's difficult for me to gain weight though, and I feel like certain clothes don't look good on me. Like if I wore this shirt, like I feel like it makes me look small. So when I put a hoodie on, it makes me look a little bit more like like I got it. But I don't know. Especially too, because some people they just be like, I don't know, randomly they just be like sizing you up. I'm like, hold up, brother. Like I ain't even like that. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, like I had to put the hoodie on. You can't see what's under this hoodie. Stop playing. You're not gonna see this wrist. Actually, I pull up my sleeves all the time, so people probably know I do have a tiny wrist. I don't care. That's the point too. It's like if I'm gonna pull up my sleeves and show my arms anyway, then why am I wearing a hoodie and just not wearing a shirt? I don't know. But alright, y'all, I am gonna end up ending this. It was nice talking, chatting it up with y'all. I've been grinding on, web dev for 7 months. Now we're gonna start it here for IT support. We are on day 24, about to be a whole month in for learning IT support and learning the basics and the fundamentals. And this whole entire thing is gonna get deeper and deeper, and I just cannot wait. I'm not talking a big game. It's gonna get there. I'm not gonna give up. I didn't give up for web dev. Not gonna give up now. And also too, like when it came to web dev, I started the channel with no laptop, and because of like a little bit of traction that I was getting, because I think at that time I was getting like 10 views, 30 views. I posted that web dev video and I think it got like 100 and something quickly. I was like, I gotta buy a laptop. So by day 3, I literally bought a laptop out of like a spur in the moment. Like, or was that what they say? A spur in the moment? Spurt in the moment? Spirit? Wait, what the hell? I bought it in the moment. Like I wasn't really thinking. Like I didn't think I was gonna get one. And like I had the money for it. Obviously, that's why I was able to buy it. But like like I had the money for it, but I just was like, I'm not gonna really buy it because it's like I have this money for not for like something else, but it's like it just wasn't for the laptop. So then when I was seeing like the traction I was getting, I'm like, nope, I need to buy it, bro. And I dropped like I think it was like 1,003. I don't know. I never remembered the price. I always tell people different prices, and it's not like I'm trying to be funny. I just don't remember. But I think it might have been like 1,003 or 1,005 for this laptop, and it was just like bam, bam. I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, that was like such a spur in the moment like purchase. Like I didn't even think about it. Didn't care about what else, like anything else. I was like, nope, I'm getting this laptop. I'm gonna code. So it's like for me, I know when it gets to the hardware part of things, and I really want to buy a desktop, I'm making that purchase. It's just not gonna be an expensive desktop because it ain't like that. But if it's just a couple bucks, maybe even 300, drop it, get that desktop, pop it open, and see what we could do. And I also got to buy like the tools to open up the desktop and just so much other things. But I do, of course, want to make sure I get a good camera first, which is why this Christmas is probably going to be the camera for myself, and then probably like a laptop opening toolkit is probably what I'm gonna buy for myself this Christmas, and then that might be it until later. But yeah, that's gonna be the goal. But I'll be catching you on the next one. Love y'all. Y'all have been super good. Y'all have been super amazing. Thank y'all so much for the support. All glory, like, thank y'all so much, but glory to God first. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for God, this wouldn't be happening. Thank y'all. Y'all are amazing. See y'all in the next one. Deuces.